Hello everyone, this is Gene and I'm back with another video. This one's going to be very brief because, well, first of all, I'm doing some work, some related to my real world job. I have to catch up, Jesus Christ. I have to catch up on some stuff that I wasn't able to get to during my working hours, so I got to sort of burn the midnight oil. But I have to just briefly show this. As you can see, Dan Slott, Marvel writer, the guy who turned Jennifer Walters, the She-Hulk, into a whore who slept with Juggernaut, the guy who, according to many, I believe he was on Spider-Man for about 10 years, and according to many, he ruined Spider-Man, right? He had this sort of obsession with cucking Peter, making him inept, and in particular, it seemed like, at least from what I've heard, it seemed like Slott's favorite character to write really was Doc Ock, right? Now, the reason I bring this up is one, to screenshot it. You see, like I said before, I don't like blocking. I find blocking to be an act of cowardice in most instances. But here's the thing: I've never tweeted at Dan Slott. I've never said a word about him online on Twitter. So I'm assuming that this is a blockchain type thing because I follow people like Doug Ernst, I follow Just Some Guy, and many others who are, Comicsgate or Comicsgate adjacent or Fandom Menace, that type of thing. And when, Slott and his buddies in the business, like Brian Michael Bendis, Mark Wade, who actually once told me to shut up in a Facebook conversation we had a few years ago, and Joe Quesada, right? They don't particularly like the critic community, Fandom Menace, Comicsgate adjacent, right? And I actually checked in on this because Geeky Sparkles had tweeted that Dan Slott had blocked her. So I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm blocked. And I checked and, well, I'm blocked. So first of all, thank you, Mr. Slott. I actually take pride in this. That that because I am in a very indirect way, because I follow individuals you don't like, you immediately freeze me out, right, without even getting to know me. Right? There are some people who have blocked me where I think that they're being cowards, but at the very least, it's because I actually tweeted something critical at them, right? Like Anita Sarkeesian, right? But at least now in those cases, there actually was some tweeting, there was some interaction before the person blocked me. And again, while I don't agree with blocking, at least in those instances, I can kind of understand because there was an interaction. I've never spoken to Slott online. I typically don't talk about the man because I don't like his work. So why the hell discuss it, right? But apparently, I'm blocked. I'm blocked due to what is it, like the 6 degrees of separation, or association, things like that. But here's the thing, Dan, because you see, although I did not post the video, I actually did make a video in the middle of the day about the Bounding in the Comics article where Dan Slott basically harassed. Right, they showed DMs between him and a guy named, I think, Joshua Quirk, where he basically bullied Mr. Quirk into deleting 2 tweets, I believe it was, or 2 posts, right? And Slot just harasses him and berates him in DMs because the guy was following Comicsgate affiliated people, even though the man actually went on England's channel and tried to defend Slott. Slott was still upset because he even followed these people at all. Literally, one of the messages from Slott said that that this isn't a reach across the aisle, right, type of thing, right? You can't be talking to the other side, which absolutely infuriated me because, again, Dan Slott likes to call Comicsgate a hate group. Comicsgate is many things, and Comicsgate is far from perfect, and it does have at least one individual I sincerely don't like in it, but it's not a hate group. And the thing is that Slott goes on and on about how Comicsgate harass LGBTQ people and people of color, and this. I'm like, you do realize that just some guy is a black bisexual man, right? You do realize that, right? Mm-hmm. And no one in Comicsgate has an issue with him. There are women in Comicsgate, right? There are LGBTQ creators or just commentators in Comicsgate or just in that general, Comicsgate fandom menace type circle. And here's the thing, Dan. Here's the thing, Dan. Whether while you don't know it, because you're probably not going to see this video, by going most likely using a blockchain, because I never contacted you, so you wouldn't have any personal interaction with me. By using this blockchain, you've blocked me. You've blocked a brown biracial woman. So again, who is it that is freezing people out? Who is it that's harassing individuals? Because you know what? It wasn't Comicsgate that harassed and tried to cancel an Asian American creator in Jay Lee last year. That was Tom King. It was actually Van Sciver who actually stood up for Jay Lee. Comicsgate actually sort of came around and defended Jay Lee. It was Tom King who tried to cancel him. Although I do think at a certain point, Mr. King probably got started talking to by his Korean boss, Jim Lee, right? And then eventually he apologized and took the tweets down, right? But what's done is done. What's done is done. Look, I'm not going to act like individuals in Comicsgate are perfect or that I agree with everything they say or everything that they do. But if we're going to talk about sins, believe me, the mainstream industry is much more guilty of sins as regarding the treatment of non-white male or non-heterosexual individuals Gate at this moment is. So I guess as the phrase goes, don't tell lies about me, or rather, don't tell lies about individuals who happen to be part of a group you don't like, and people won't have to tell the truth about you and the industry you work in, Dan. So I'm going to document and save this block because I collect blocks these days like Sonic collects rings. And I do take a certain pride in this. Perhaps it's perverse, but it's the truth. Hey, I'm not the one who turned Jen Walters into a whore that sleeps with the frickin' juggernaut. But anyway, that's the video. Please let me know what you think, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day or night. Bye.